Hello, friend. So, I've been journaling a lot, sitting with myself a lot, meditating a lot, and this beautiful surge of higher self spirit came through, and I just started to write, right? I just started to write. And journaling can just be so transformative, can be so telling, can feel so deeply needed and necessary. But I felt like there was a lot of really beautiful clarity that came through here. And I wanted to share it with you. It's been a long time since I've done an energetic check-in. It's been a long time since I have really come on and just shared like in a podcast type of way. And for me, sometimes I can just channel and flow naturally, and sometimes I need to write it down first. This case, the writing it down flowed better, so I'm going to read what I wrote. I am getting older. Not old, just older. I am 37 years old. And in our mid to late 30s, it's a time when people really start to think about their lives thus far. And I think that's because we really notice our bodies changing. Really notice. Most of us start to get gray hair around this time, if you haven't already. And not just a few, but actual gray clumps and strips that become very noticeable. Some people start to notice their hair thinning or receding. We notice our teeth are different, our skin is different, our joints and muscles feel different. We really start to become aware of the fact that we do not bounce back as quickly as we once did. Sicknesses last longer, we get sick more often, and hangovers can last days. God forbid we fall or get hurt, because it takes forever to heal and feel good again. Old injuries from childhood come back to haunt us. It is so much harder to lose weight than it was in our youth. Physically, we are completely and noticeably different than we were. And this is the first time we really notice that. It starts to fuck with our heads. We sit back and ponder what our lives were, what we used to do, who we used to be. We assess all the goals we have and have not accomplished. We notice we are different. What we used to hold as important isn't so important. What we thought was true of the world and ourselves, we see and maybe not so definite. And how there really is no definite. Some of us distract and fight these feelings by doing what we always did, distracting ourselves with bars and TV and social media, or buying all the anti-aging things and makeup and following all the latest diets and fads we can to stay youthful. None of this changes the fact that we are different. We have changed. We will continue to change, outside and in. But we don't have to fear these changes. Change is the only thing that is ever really certain. In life, and until we become more comfortable with change, we will always be fighting our own lives and fighting ourselves. For me, at age 37, I am really thinking a lot about my fears and why they are there. And to be honest, for a while there, I didn't think I had many fears at all. I thought I worked through them and passed them. Some of them I did, but some of them I never even recognized. Like my fear of success, my fear of money, my fear of security. I knew I had a fear of routine, and that one has been the hardest one for me, at least of the fears I'm aware of. I know that ultimately these fears are all stemming from a fear of change. Change of life, change of perspective, change of what I always thought, knew, and felt. I didn't want to change me and the things I liked about myself or my story or who I am and how I became me. I never thought of myself as a judgmental person, but I was judging people. I was judging people who had things I feared, and I didn't want to be like them. So now that I have recognized all this, what is the next step? Well, the next step is to sit with the why. Why am I afraid? Why am I judging? Why do I not want to be like them or have what they have? Why am I afraid to change? Now, the thing is, I haven't answered all these questions yet, so bear with me. But one thing I have sat with and do realize is that even if I do change, even change my core values, and even my highest self, that doesn't mean that I am changing in a bad way. I can be growing and expanding and creating a version of myself that vibrates even higher than that of my current higher self. That I am the one who decides what to change, no one else. So no one can take any of my values or beliefs from me. It is only I who can decide to evolve or change them. That all of this does not make me any less authentic. It actually makes me more authentic and accepting of who I am and who I become. If we all stayed the same version of ourselves we were as teens or in our 20s, we would never grow, never evolve, never truly see, and never actually live. We are here to live, feel, grow, and evolve. And it is us who does that for ourselves. We are the only ones who can. So why aren't we? Why are we letting ourselves get so distracted and sidetracked and fearful? What are we really scared of? These are the things to sit with. I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Please comment, talk to me about this. Let's open up a conversation and share with friends who you think would enjoy this conversation too. And send me a like, subscribe. Let's talk some more about other things. Check out some of my other videos. Sending so much love.